Hello, this is John Hoffs. I would like to make some brief remarks as a uh, acknowledgement to a friend uh, who asked me to make these remarks. And they're about a movie, of course. They're, uh, the remarks are about a director who we had been talking about a month or two ago, and then he was eclipsed by Quentin Tarantino with his blockbuster new movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But the movie I'm going to make some brief remarks about is Terrence Malick's 2011 movie, The Tree of Life, starring Brad Pitt, who also stars in the Tarantino movie, Sean Penn, and Jessica Chastain. The movie, in my mind, is primarily about a middle-class family in Texas in the 1950s, in a suburban location. And the bucolic atmosphere, it's not in the country where we associate things we describe as bucolic, but it was a very lush neighborhood with many trees and flowers and vines and bushes and plants. The people lived very simply. This was the 50s, of course, and people would more likely play music on a piano than they would listen to a rock and roll record of Little Richard playing music on a piano. By the way, a little aside, Little Richard is still alive and kicking. He lives about 45 minutes from here, oddly. Not sure why he lives here, but maybe he has family, but he lives near Lynchburg, Tennessee, where Jack Daniels is produced. And I met a woman who lived in that area. I said, do you ever see Little Richard around? And she said, oh yeah, we see him at the convenience store. He's got all his makeup on, and he's friendly as can be, and he's very cheerful. So I was glad to hear that. But this movie has more classical music on the soundtrack. Well, beyond the family and the normal interest that people have in seeing families and how families differ from our own, is a historical speculation about the formation of the earth, the dinosaurs, the volcanoes, asteroids that destroyed parts of the earth, and evolution from plants to animals leading up to man. And the film is absolutely ravishingly beautiful. Because it doesn't have a completely linear plot, I chose to just not try to understand everything that was being said or done in the movie. There's not much said, but it's mostly silence with music. I decided to just sort of sit back and let the movie wash over me. That was 8 years ago. And I saw the movie twice, just like I did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then the movie resolves itself. If you want, it doesn't resolve itself, but it moves forward in the running time of the movie to the end part of the movie, in which we see Sean Penn, who is one of the children of Brad Pitt and Jessica Chastain, and he's a modern architect in the present day of 2011. But he is able to enter into a realm through a door in a bleak setting with other people populating this location, this other dimension, which I took to mean the afterlife. And in the afterlife, he meets one of his brothers who had died earlier in the movie when the boy was only 19, the one that died. And the family is all together, and the mother turns the deceased son up to the sky. It's a brilliant movie. It's probably his best movie besides the one I am so fond of, which was his first movie, Badlands. It's a good kind of companion piece in some ways. They're very opposite, but they do both take place in the 50s, interestingly. So with that, I will end, and I will say simply goodbye.